A verdict in the trial of a former Uvalde, Texas police officer. Adrian Gonzales was just found moments ago not guilty on charges of child abandonment and endangerment. You can see him there appearing to be very emotional, hugging. Now, he was one of the first officers to arrive on scene at Robb Elementary during the 2022 shooting that left 19 students and 2 teachers dead. That verdict was just read. And let's get right to NBC's Priscilla Thompson, who's there in Texas following this story. A stunning moment, Priscilla.
Yeah, Liz, stunning indeed, and a very emotional moment for Adrian Gonzales. As soon as that not guilty was read, you saw him put his head down. He looked visibly emotional, and you saw that emotion continuing as people came up and began to hug him, and he stood. And this is the end. After 2 weeks of testimony from survivors, from fellow law enforcement who were on the scene with him, this jury coming back after more than 7 hours, or about 7 hours of deliberation, just over 7 hours, saying not guilty on all 29 counts of child endangerment. We know that they had been asking questions over the past several hours. They wanted a monitor, presumably to look at video. There was a lot of body cam that was played in this case and dash cam that was played in this case. They also asked for a marker and easels, and they wanted to see a list of all of the witnesses and all of the evidence. And I spoke with some of the families of the victims as this deliberation was going on, and some of them saw that as a sign that the jury was really taking their time with this, looking at all of the evidence, and they felt that they were hopeful that they might get a guilty verdict today. And you can see some of those families on the screen there. I know as that verdict was read, they were sitting just like that, very stoic there, but some of them telling me that they were hopeful that they might get this guilty verdict. But I also spoke with Brett Cross, a family member of one of the victims, and he said he just did not believe that it was going to happen. While he hoped, he felt like this was Texas and that something like that would not happen in Texas. And now we have gotten this verdict as a not guilty in this case.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.